Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Code with Akhil. If you have not watched my previous video that was covered on the looping concept, for loop, for each loop, while loop, do while loop, and difference between the break and continue statement, I will highly encourage you to watch that video. That will be really helpful for you. So moving ahead with the next concept. So question is, what are four pillars of the object-oriented programming? So four pillars are encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and inheritance. Talking about the encapsulation part. So encapsulation is the process of binding the data members and member functions into a single unit. So you can have a class. Inside the class, you can simply wrap feeds, properties, member functions, indexers, etc. So main intention for the encapsulation is used to prevent the alteration of a code accidentally from the outside of the function. So if you instantiate a class, when you call the function, the member function or the member variables of the class using the dot operator, at that time you won't be able to call the private fields. So the members which are declared with the private, that will be inaccessible. So we are trying to prevent, so but anyway we cannot touch that variable. So by that way we are preventing, we are hiding, we are uh, encapsulating, I would say rather, to be accessed from the outside. So talking about the abstraction part. So abstraction part is to hide the implementation details and display only essential features of a object. If I give you an example, say any vehicle, be that bike. So at the end you see the bike, but inside the bike there will be number of things, be that engine, be that horn, be that seat belt, be that seat, you know, tires, etc. in hand. So difference between abstraction and encapsulation is that abstraction is used to hide unwanted data and shows only the required properties and the methods to the client. Talking about the encapsulation, so intention of encapsulation is to avoid the unintentional uh, code changes from the outside of the function. So it is used to bind the data members and member functions into a single unit to prevent the outsiders to access it directly. So let's flip to the Visual Studio. For the demonstration purpose, I'll just create the class. So shorthand is CLS tab. It will just give you one class. Say name it student. So you can use shortcut PROP tab. It will give you the auto implemented property. Let's give this name as ID. So talking about the fully implemented property, you can use PROPFULL and then say tab. You can see here this is the private field, and let me just name it as name, and this is string, and this is the student. Just say name. So by default, access modifier of a class is internal, and for the internal member variables or member fields of the class is private by default. So here if I instantiate student class s equal to new student, now if I use s dot, you can see I'm just able to access the ID, not the this private field name, but I'm able to access the name. So this is the way I'm just trying to make this variable inaccessible outside of the class, so no one can directly touch this name. Maybe like I'm getting the internally inside the property, maybe like I'm manipulating it. While returning, I want to simply say string dot concat, and I just want to return Mr. Amaris, and then so although I have accepted the name, but I'm just prefixing Mr. and Mrs. Likewise, there can be a number of manipulations that you can do inside the get function. So in the next video, I'll be covering some concepts on the inheritance and the polymorphism. So stay tuned, guys.